Hey YouTube, what's going on? So I just got off work, and I know you can't really tell, but like my hair's all nasty and greasy, and I smell like just meat, and I know you can't smell me, but you can kind of maybe see the greasy hair. I don't know. I have to wear a hat all day while I'm at work, so it just kind of like, it gets all flat and gross, and just doesn't look good after I get off. But this is just too juicy not to say anything. Like, it is ridiculously cool. So I get off work, and I'm walking out to my car, and I pop open the hood with my cool keyless entry. I just got a car, so I'm like all stoked about it. So the hood to the trunk pops up, and I'm walking over, and I have my work shoes on, so I take my work shoes off, put my normal shoes on, because I don't like driving with my work shoes. They're really uncomfortable. And I see behind me all these flashing lights. It's dark outside, so like flashing lights is like, what's going on? And I turn around, and I see that there's a car coming in, pulling into the parking lot, and there's a police car that's flashing his lights right behind him. And I'm like, oh, this is good. I wonder what happened. So the car pulls up kind of next to me a little bit, and then the cop car kind of parks right behind me. So I can't really get out, and I look at him, and I'm like, well, I know you're the police, and you can do pretty much whatever you want, but I can't get out. So I get in my car, and I'm able to maneuver around him some weird way, and I pull out, and I get to the little turn to get onto the main road. Well, the cop gets back in his car and leaves. He doesn't really check the guy's registration or anything like that. I don't know the situation, but the cop pulls up right behind me, and I'm trying to get out. Well, when you have a cop car behind you, you kind of make sure you do everything perfect. And not to say that you don't like follow the rules of the road when you're in a car without the presence of a policeman, but you know, when you see a police guy, you're like, I need to make sure everything's perfect. A blinker, make 300 feet, okay, I can move over. Oh, I need to stop like 1,000,000 miles before I get to the stoplight so that I'm not like, you know, crossing it, or I need to make sure that I see pedestrians so that I don't, you know, get in the way. I don't know if you can hear it, there's a siren going on. That's interesting. Maybe they're coming to get me. So I'm at this corner and I'm trying to pull out, and the cop car's right behind me, but like my right side is kind of obscured, and I'm trying to turn left, so I'm like trying to see, but I can't see, and so I have to like pull out. Like, I don't see anybody on my left side, and I try to pull out a little bit, but like, you know, I don't see anybody, so I go, and I'm like, oh, I don't know if, oh crap, I don't want to get in trouble. Like, I don't know if he's like, you know, gonna turn and hit me now because of that. So I go, and he's like kind of right behind me, and I go and I get on the freeway, and we kind of like ride up together because it's a 2-lane to get onto the freeway. And as we get on the freeway, he kind of speeds up and gets in front of me, and you know, he can do that because he's a cop car, and I really wasn't going that fast because like I also tend to like not drive as fast. Like, I don't really break the speed limits, but I tend not to drive as fast when I see a police car for whatever reason. So he's going, and he's up ahead of me, and he's not too far ahead of me. Like, I can still see the police car in my vision, and we're on the freeway for a good 2 or 3 minutes when he's driving, and all of a sudden this guy puts on his next to him, and he's trying to change lanes over here. So this guy's right here, and he puts on his blinker, and he then like kind of halfway gets over into the lane, like where he's the little lane things is like right in the middle of his car. He turns his blinker off, kind of stays there for a little bit, and then slowly drifts kind of back into the lane that he's trying to get into. And I see that immediately. I'm like, dude, he just did that right in front of a cop car, like he's trying to get pulled over or something. And so they drive for a little bit, and all of a sudden, I see the lights go off. I'm like, yeah, that's justice right there. Like, I got all excited. I was like, dude, the same cop car 2 times in a row. Like, he pulls in, gets this one guy, and for whatever reason, I don't know if he gives him a ticket or not, but then he gets this other guy like 3 minutes later. I'm like, yeah! Oh, it was so cool. And then the guy pulled over, and I was like, yeah, I knew he was gonna pull over right there. And like, I was going to get on the opposite way, so they were going southbound, and I was going north. And so I got onto the north, and I was just like, okay, I need to make sure I'm good here, good here, good here. Okay, and I was fine, but I just saw that guy. It's just like, oh my gosh, that was so cool. Cause like, I've seen, you know, multiple pullovers on the side of the road, but I've never seen it happen like with the same exact cop that I saw, and I kind of was with him for all of that sort of. So we experienced it together, whether he knew it or not. Rock on, policeman! You're doing justice in the world, and I appreciate you. Brandon out.